that light bulb moment, someone tells you, like, why are you doing this? And I think my biggest moment was during COVID. We were moving. I moved to a brand new location, so all of my dog training clients had left me behind, and I had to do everything online, and I really just focused my energy on sharing those things online, and it turned into something that now I can stay home with my toddler, take care of him, and take videos with my dogs.
Yes, she's a new mom, so it's a great work from home kind of a gig and hang with your dog and your baby. And so I'm going to pass the mic down really quick, and I just want you guys, because there's a lot of different brands and stuff out there. I'm just going to pass this down. I want you to name 2 brands that you've worked with, and then I'm going to take the mic at the end. Just 2.
PetSmart, which was a great brand. Obviously, everyone knows PetSmart. I also randomly worked with Tom's Shoes, which was random, but you never know that someone that makes shoes would want to partner with someone who makes dog content. So I'm gonna go with my favorite 2, which would probably be Dyson, because I have 3 huskies, so I also have 6 vacuum cleaners. So probably Dyson, and then. My favorite company I've ever worked with to this day is Snoozer Dog Beds. They make amazing dog beds, and their whole team is just the greatest people. So those are probably my top 2.
So 2. I'll go with non-pet brands just to change up. So Bounty was one, Bounty paper towels, and also Disney, which was a great collaboration.
So Hammy used to be a pretty big fatso. So we really keep the farmer's dog pretty close to our hearts, and we really enjoyed working with Netflix. Netflix was a fun one.
So as you can see, you never know where the world of pet influence is going to actually lead you. Okay. And so one of the things is, how do you guys actually choose who to work with? Because I'm sure you get bombarded by people who are like, oh, we want our bandanas. I get those all the time. How about you? You guys get the bandanas? But how do you actually choose who to actually work with? I mean, I'm sure that you vet the people and see if it's something you actually would use. But was there anybody that you really wanted to work with that maybe, they haven't reached out and you're like, you know what, I need that, and then you reached out to them and you're like, absolutely. Who would that be for you?
Well, we're 5 years into this. Are you guys about 5? Everyone's been doing this since COVID, a little bit. You're older, whatever. So, yeah, well, we've been doing this a long time. In terms of the age of the internet, we're all dinosaurs on this stage. Okay. Yeah, I think, at this stage, anyone that's willing to allow us to be us is what's most important to me. We call that creative liberty. If I'm literally thinking about videos 24 hours a day, I'm laying in bed at night, Sarah's nudging me and telling me to go to sleep, I almost have this line down in my head. So anybody that is willing to allow us to play within our playground, that's always, who we want to take a preference to, have on board with us.
Same question? Well, I think in terms of the brands we work with, in a general sense, it has to be a brand that aligns with our values. I think that's a big thing. And I will say personally, I said no way more than I said yes. Because if we're talking, let's say in the pet space, I read every label, every ingredient, and if it's not something I would actually use with Magnet, this is not something I think will make his life better, make him longer, make him happier, I would pass. So I don't say yes to everything. I really have to mean something to me and have to make his life better. Again, to talk about the pet space.
So I think for me, I always had 2 dream brands that I wanted to work with, and it was Jayco RV and then Jeep.
Hello.
And years ago, finally actually landed a deal with Jayco, and I've been working with them for over 2 years now. So reached out quite a few times, finally got the right contact, finally got me in. So we are Jayco brand ambassadors, and Jeep, I'm still, I've owned enough of them, they should sponsor us by now, but kind of is what it is. I'm still going to drive their stuff though. Yeah, anybody here from Jeep? I would totally like to talk to you. Yeah, that'd be great. Can I get a car? Yeah, I just have to reiterate what the 2 of them said. I think that there's more no's than yeses, and a lot of times that's because I wouldn't personally recommend it, and that's something that as an influencer, what you say matters a lot, and we want to hold that integrity. And so there are companies that I'm willing to work for a lot less, or I use their product and I don't get sponsored by them, but it's something that I truly believe in. And then there's other things that I want to partner with them. I can't say one specific one off the top of my head. I do apologize, but it's the same kind of thing. Like, I will continue to work with brands that I really, really believe in their product, and I would suggest to other people use. So if you see us posting something, it's usually because we really, really are into it.
So integrity is everything. Remember that, okay? And so what I want to ask too is, if a brand was looking at you and they're like, oh, I'd love to work with her, how would you actually want them to like reach out and contact you? I mean, do you answer DMs? Do they email you?
That's creepy.
Like, how would you actually like them to present themselves to you?
All of the above. It's definitely hard to get messages every single day, all day, because we do get lots of messages. I'm sure these guys would agree. I'm also really bad, have very bad ADHD, and so managing my messages is not my top thing. So an email is a great way to do that, and a lot of us probably have people helping with our email. But the biggest thing is just connecting.
Yeah, that's my daughter, yeah.
If someone says, hi,
We came from New Jersey for-
generic, doesn't say my name, and then they're like, we love your dog, can you post about my product, I'll give it to you for free. That's not really something that they're not putting effort into getting to know me, and so we want it to go both ways. They want us to care about the product, we also want them to care about what we can bring to the table. So having that genuine connection of trying to partner with us and get to know us, I think is really important. Yeah, pretty much same thing. You know, email is probably the best. Instagram and Facebook are probably the worst. Because it's just too much. There's so many.
Thank you.
So email is usually the preferred.
We just came from New Jersey all the way to meet these people.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
so when you
yeah.
have emails, as I have each, like Amber said, I've gotten emails where it's addressed to Hey There, Hey Magnus, Darby Doll.
All the way north
I
of
even
New
had
Jersey,
emails where
yeah.
they didn't BCC the other content
We
creators.
are
There
big
was
fans
20
of
different
her.
creators in the two field, and it's a generic email that says your content's a perfect fit for your style works perfectly with our brand. And we all have clearly different styles, so then you just want a mass email. It's not personal. So in the same way, when I would reach out to a brand, I explain why I like their product, what I like about it, how it fits into our lifestyle, how it fits into our content style. So more personal about it.
What was one of the first collabs that you did with another creator that you were like, oh, this is kind of fun? Like, did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? Because I know, a lot of you guys do collabs, and I'd like to just talk a little bit about that. How's that go?
Sure. You guys follow Maxine? Yeah. You guys like Maxine? So Brian, I kind of look in the mirror now and we're the same. We went to neighboring high schools, we both drive white Mazdas, we both have corgis, so we just sort of naturally fell into this really organic friendship. And now we're business partners together, we make content together. We've done parodies on The Hangover, on The Social Network, on The Exorcist. So anytime I get with Brian, I always have a blast just because I think creatively we just really like to push each other. When it comes to a business we've collaborated with, Hammy's been on stage with the Vegas Chippendales. That was a pretty wild one. Sarah may have enjoyed it a little more than me. That was a really fun day.
Well, in terms of collaborations with other content creators, we haven't really done much because we live off the beaten path. We're in New York, we're kind of further up past the city, so we're a little bit out of the way. I've met up with people in the city, but it's more like a hangout, we meet up, we kind of film random things, but not actual posts that we actually put on social media.
Yeah, we're kind of the same way. We live in the middle of nowhere, and there's not a whole lot of people where we're at. But we've done I've done collabs where I've made friends with people through the internet. They also have huskies, they make content, and then we end up becoming friends and go camping and do stuff like that together. I tend to do a lot of collabs with artists that I really like, and then they reach out and they've done art for the dogs, and so we try to work with them and go, hey, let's work together, let's we promote. So I do a lot with artists. That's probably my favorite type of thing to do.
I love taking advantage of not taking advantage. That sounds so bad. I did not mean that. I like taking, what's the word? I guess, so if there's people here and they like to make content, I don't care what their social media following is. I'm not going to look at their numbers. If they're like, hey, can I take a picture with your dog? Like, I'm like, yeah, let's pose for a picture. Let's do a selfie thing. I taught Whiskey this cute little like selfie
Yeah.
pose that she can do with other dogs and other people. And we've done that with like really
Oh, you got your
hosts
nails
from
trimmed
TV shows.
today.
We met
Yeah.
influencers. We made a whole entire collage of Whiskey's selfies with all the different pet influencers, and I just love working
We
with
came
other
from
people
New Jersey
because
to meet
people,
these guys.
You know, the more people that
Yeah.
come together and you help each other, the more we all grow. And if I can get to know you guys, it makes
very
doing this
nice.
so much better. Like, I want to know who you are. I want to know your dogs, and so anytime I get the opportunity, that's the word. I would like to take the opportunity to partner with people and collab with people because it's a lot of fun.